That's time to check in with Quincy Mayor Thomas Koch for a weekly City Hall update. Good morning, Mayor.
Good morning, Joe.
And welcome to December.
Indeed, here we are.
And
the clock stops for nobody.
That's right. The calendar flips if folks still use paper calendars. I don't know.
All right, true. Very true. Yeah.
But it is here, and so is winter, but this time at least we're dodging the snowflakes.
Yes, I'm happy with the forecast. Let's hope it holds.
Indeed. But
eventually we get it. We are prepared, but I prefer not to spend the money.
I can't blame you, and I prefer not to shovel personally.
Right.
But we are ready. I saw the Snow Fighter during the Christmas parade with no plow on it, which was nice.
Well, there's always a plow in the underbelly too, you know.
Ah, just in case.
On the blade.
Speaking of holiday activities, wow, what a weekend! It started back on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah, it was quite a weekend. Unfortunately, with the parade, we ended up with a little bit of rain, but it didn't dampen anybody's spirit. But we were mobbed Friday night for the turning on the lights at the Hancock Adams Common. A lot of positive feedback. Saturday was jammed up at Fashion Field, of course, seeing Santa once again, and then Sunday, the parade was excellent. I just want to take a minute and thank everybody that's involved in all of this, Joe. There's a lot of hands involved. I know, for example, Friday, not only Friday night, but the hanging on the lights, whether it's Wollaston, North Quincy District, whether it's some of the neighborhood, tree lighting programs. It's usually the city that hangs those lights. Our traffic and parking department, our public buildings department, the forestry division of the park, and Department of Natural Resources. Everybody works very, very hard to make sure that, things look great for families around this time of the year. It brings a lot of joy to people, particularly in the days we're living. And certainly, the police keeping us safe from at all the events. They did a fantastic job. And once again, our band looked terrific in the parade. I know I'm biased, but boy, they were so impressive. There were a number of nice bands in there, but they say Quincy North was in a league of their own. Really terrific.
Well, and the judges agreed. They won Best Overall Band, as well as 4 other first-place awards in the parade. Yeah. So they are really having a stellar last couple of years at the Quincy.
Did you notice the floats, Joe?
I did notice the floats, absolutely. Some of them looked very familiar.
Yeah, but with a little twist to them.
Yes, a little holiday cheer to the floats that we first saw on Flag Day. For a lot of the historic locations and activities throughout the city, yeah.
Yeah, in fact, I got a lot of comments about the Wally and Strand with the marquee being It's a Wonderful Life. So thank the guys for touching the floats up, getting them ready for the parade. They really looked great.
Absolutely, and I'm assuming those will make appearances in the years to come.
Well, I'm not so sure. At some point, we have to retire them and take our trailers back. But there'll be other thoughts going forward on some of the parade stuff. But again, people involved in building those, thank them as well. Terrific stuff.
Yeah, and nice this year too to honor 2 of the longtime volunteer float judges, right? Creating a new award in their honor.
Yes, they've been doing it for a long, long time, decades. And I remember them because I've been building floats for years. Not recent years, but in my younger years. CYO floats, Coke Club floats, and come across these ladies. They were both, and I was much younger back then. But no, that's a labor of love. Every year coming, doing the spreadsheets and looking at every float, putting the points together, and coming up with the system whereby we award the floats their prizes. So we appreciate their work.
Yes. Congratulations to Kathleen Burgess and Jane Johnston. Nice work on their part, for sure. And it's not over yet, Mayor. The skating rink opened yesterday, and the General's Bridge and Park tree lighting's coming up on Sunday.
Awesome. And a number of others are coming up Sunday, too. I think Cow's Neck. I think Quincy Point. Not sure about Adams Shore. Stafford Park. the Island of Flags. I mean, we're a city of neighborhoods, and a lot of the neighborhoods take pride in having their own tree lighting ceremony, which is awesome. So spread the cheer. It's a great time of year.
Yep, there's a good chance there is a tree lighting near you. So,
Sunday, actually, we'll have a speaker Sunday, very brief remarks, but Paul Brown is a police officer. He served in the Marine Corps. His oldest son is currently serving in the Marine Corps. So the whole point of the General's Bridge tree lighting is to acknowledge and support those currently serving. And, Paul will be able, he's been on both sides of that, so I'm sure he'll have some good remarks that connect to what it's all about, and that's honoring our men and women who currently serve from Quincy and beyond. I mean, we certainly, it's about Quincy, but if folks in the communities around us want to join us, they're certainly welcome. As you know, the deal, Joe, we start at 5. We invite people to put the names on ribbons who are serving. We put the ribbons on the tree. There'll be a song or two and some hot chocolate and cookies, I'm sure.
Very nice. Sunday, 5 p.m., General's Bridge and Park. And, of course, Sunday is also Pearl Harbor Day. There is a ceremony on board the USS Salem at the Quincy Shipyard, 10 a.m. Sunday morning for folks to enjoy as well.
Absolutely.
Mayor, can we talk a little bit about some city issues, including public hearing coming up next Monday night regarding the property tax rates for next year? Anything you could share with us about that right now?
No, they're still crunching the numbers, so I can't give you any heads up, but it's coming quickly now. There's a lot of moving parts to that, including, getting whatever the free cash deficit surplus is certified, the values, the state has to approve the values, the new growth, what the new growth number would be and how that factors in the tax rate. So there's a lot of pieces to it. I know John Rowland from the assessors works hard on it, Paul Della Barbara, Director of Municipal Finance, as well as my Chief of Staff, Chris Walker, kind of pulls it all together. But, yeah, it'll be annual, hearing is Monday night. We go through this every year. Every city and town in Massachusetts essentially goes up every year under Prop 2.5. That's how we raise revenue to keep things going in our city. So, as I mentioned before, there'll be a modest increase. But, I always say it, and it's true. We outperform most municipalities in every area of service. So it does cost money to do that. So, look forward to Monday night getting that done. Appreciate the city council's involvement on that.
Yep, public hearing at 7 p.m. in the Great Hall, and then a vote on the rates taking place after that as well. Had a chance to tour the new public safety complex this past weekend, and I wonder if you could bring us up to date on where that stands.
Did you try out the cell block, Joe?
I did step in one of the cells, and yeah, that's the last time I want to do that.
Well, for those that enjoy cell blocks, they're certainly more updated, more cleaner, and state of the art compared to the old building. But that speaks to the whole building. I mean, as you know, Joe, we've talked about this for a number of years. The old station was built back in the 20s, addition in the 80s. The addition, I think, was one of the worst city projects ever. Nothing ever worked right. It looked horrible. A lot of money was spent back in the 80s for that, and it is what it is. But we have built a beautiful facility that has all the bells and whistles, meets all the standards of today. Both from the public's perspective, but also from the first responders' perspective. We get the firing. I'm sure you saw the firing range in the lower level. Our police officers have to be certified every, I don't know if it's 6 or 12 months in firing their guns and make sure that they're up to date on training. So all those pieces matter. There's training rooms, beautiful new 911 center, state of the art, which will help the response times even more. So that's exciting. We hope to be moving in after the first of the year. There's still work to be done outside, and as you know, Joe, the old building will then start to be worked on with the remediation of asbestos and so forth, and then hopefully by the springtime that building will be gone and some nice landscaping to finish off the corner. So good stuff. It's been a while, but it's been a big project. As you know, we moved Father Bill's, moved the animal shelter, rebuilt Broad Street. So it's been a public works project as much as a public building project.
Yeah, I know the initial thought was sometime in November, but what slowed that down?
Well, at that point, with the weather closing in, there was no urgency to get in there.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to make sure everything is commissioned, everything is working well. There's no hiccups. Obviously, specifically with the new 911 system and all the pieces that go with that, you want a smooth transition. So there was. I didn't want to rush anything at that point. So we'll probably do a public dedication when the weather breaks in the spring. Anyway, they'll be able to get in and still work on the punch list items in the building for a few months. Those things that need to be addressed, whether it's somebody moving the furniture, chipping paint in the hallway, or other things around the building. So that takes a little time as well. But both chiefs are excited about it. They know they're looking forward to years of service in this building. So it's really handsome, as you know, a handsome building driving by. You do these projects every 50 to 100 years. This building is built for 100 years, so it should look good. It's built quality and be around a long time. So, again, a lot of people involved in this project. A lot of subcontractors. The contractor, of course, was Suffolk Construction. A number of city people, engineers, clerks, superintendents, making sure the thing was built to standards.
Yeah, to that point, speaking of, I was interested to see that the fourth floor, the top floor, will remain unfinished, but roughed in for future expansion.
That's correct. Yep. We thought about that, talked about that, and as you know, we lift the new building is up much higher than the old building because of the floodplain issue around there. The old building used to flood all the time. I should say only when it rained and when the high tide. But this building, it looks so much more imposing because it's up out of the floodplain. But yes, the space up top, that top floor, that'll be as the departments continue to serve and whatever needs may be, they'll have some room to grow. So that's always a good thing.
Yeah, and also stunning views up there as well of the town river and the bay beyond. It really was quite an interesting perspective. Yes,
the front side, you're looking at Mount Wollaston, which is a pretty view as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Always good to talk to you, Mayor. Appreciate the update.
Same here, Joe. Enjoy the day.
Yep, you too. Bye-bye.